Good morning, Grace and Jeff. It's Tuesday, which means it's my normal day to present a video, so I get to do twice in a row. Lucky me. Because of our strange obsession with the potato, I decided that it was past time to find out exactly just how great the potato is. And I've discovered some really interesting facts. So, in the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds, my goal is to give you the brief history of the potato. So first of all, potatoes are indigenous to the Andes Mountains region and were first domesticated 7,000 to 10,000 years ago in areas of what is now Peru and Bolivia. They were first introduced outside the Andes Mountains by the Spanish in the 1500s, who were introduced to them when they decided to conquer Southern and Central America. Now worldwide, they are the fourth most produced crop, after maize, wheat, and rice. According to current estimates, there are more than 5,000 varieties of potatoes. Now, because I will always be a scientist at heart, a little bit of botany. Potatoes are perennial plants, which means that they come back every year without being replanted. And they're capable of self-pollination, but they usually require a bumblebee or another type of insect to repollinate them. So the fact that the bumblebees are dying out is probably bad news for the potato. The part of the potato plant that we eat is the tuber, which grows underground. Tubers begin to form in response to decreasing day length, which means that potato plants have a really strong sense of time, which is kind of awesome. Tubers are also the only part of the plant that do not contain alkaloid solanine, a toxic substance that renders potato plants inedible, except of course for the tuber because it doesn't contain it. Additionally, because we're UChicago students and of course interested in economics, because who wouldn't be going to UChicago, it's important to note that the introduction of the potato into Europe in the 1500s actually is held responsible for a quarter of the population growth in the Old World between 1700 and 1900. As of 2013, world production of potatoes is up to 368 million metric tons. Per capita consumption of potatoes remains highest in Europe, despite the fact that recently potato production has shifted from high-income countries in Europe towards lower-income countries and developing countries. The top producers are China and India, closely followed by Russia, the Ukraine, and distantly trailing the United States. This shift from production in high-income countries to production in developing countries may be due to the potato status as a low-cost, low-maintenance food source, affordable even to the extremely poor. In 2008, the United Nations declared the International Year of the Potato, lauding the potato because its stable and reliably low price during the 2007-2008 food price crisis made it one of the most affordable and safe foods for farmers to continue to grow. In terms of nutrition, as the pre-med in the group, I feel obliged to tell you, potatoes are mostly water. In fact, they're the most watery staple food in the world, and although they contain a fair amount of carbohydrates, they're not as efficient as pretty much every other staple food. They are by far the lowest calorie staple food in the world, providing only 322 kilojoules of energy per 100 gram serving. So in conclusion, while potatoes are delicious, our obsession with them may have been premature. Grace, I will see you on Thursday. Tate on!